Hey everyone, it's Leandra at New Vocations Racehorse Adoption Program's Kentucky facility, and today for our Stable Pass video, we are going to talk about the Derby, which is on Saturday, and here to talk about Derby things with me is Money Moves, who is our featured in-house celebrity because he was in the 2020 Derby, which, as some of you may remember, was a little odd with its timing. Generally, the Kentucky Derby is right around this time of year, and last year it was in the fall, so that was a little bit strange. Money Moves here was trained by Todd Pletcher. He's a 2017 gelding, and he had a very successful beginning of his career. He was bought as a 2-year-old for just shy of $1 million. He won or came in second, which is called placing. For the first 3 of his races, the 4th one was the Derby, he came in 13th, which is not a favorable position to be in. And then he won his last race, but then had a soft tissue injury, which was then the reason that he ended up retiring and coming to us. We're really grateful to have him. We think he's going to be a really nice prospect. He's still doing some rehab, so he's not currently available, but definitely keep an eye out for him in the future. But today, for our Stable Pass, other than just talking about my friend Money Moves here, I wanted to tell you some fun things about the Derby. As with many horse things, there are some funky superstitions and traditions revolving around it. So one, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments box, any traditions or superstitions that you may have. Do you have a party every year for it? Do you know of some superstition? Do you have a superstition revolving around betting or the race or whatnot? We'd love to hear it. But for just a few of those things, one of them has to do with sort of general horse information, but certainly is prevalent on the track, is the whole tradition around horseshoes and the luck behind it. So many people believe that horseshoes have a specific ability to retain luck and to distribute it to the people who have them around. But there is a major disagreement about the position of the horseshoe that is ideal to retain that luck. So some people believe that the prongs belong up to sort of hold that luck, and some people believe that it should be down so that it's sprinkling the luck on everybody who walks underneath it. So what are your opinions? I'd love to know. I myself am a prong up kind of person. I like to keep that luck nice and contained, but I definitely see it the other way as well. Another superstition about the Derby that's always a fun one and very relevant because the draw for the positions in the starting gate was just earlier this week. And that is, you may have heard the phrase, the luck of the draw. Well, the draw is when the horse's positions in the starting gate are picked at random, but many people believe that the outcome of the race and the horses the horse who will ultimately end up in the roses or winning the race really depends on that starting gate. And it is interesting because if you look at the spread of winners based off of their starting position, there are certainly some favorable gates. And I think it is the position 17 that is actually the only one that has produced 0 winners. So best of luck to who's in gate 17. I'm not remembering off the top of my head, but I'm sure that'll be homework for somebody who's watching this video. Please post it in the comments who's going to be racing there, and everybody send them a little extra luck because I think they might need it. But there's always time for breaking. There's always a first time for everything. So maybe that'll be this time. And finally, there are definitely a lot of superstitions if you've been to the track or maybe you just bet at home, but revolving around betting. So many people, for example, one sort of odd one to many people is not taking a $50 bill from a teller or going back to the same clerk or making sure that you buy your own ticket or not telling somebody what your bet is beforehand, or we could go on, but I mostly would love to hear from you guys about some of the superstitions that you have or know of any traditions or whatnot. What are your special memories or interesting things about the Derby? We'd love to hear it. One of the traditions, of course, being some very entertaining hats and outfits. I'm sure if you pay attention to the races that you'll see some of those. So of course, this is Anna Ford's hat that I'm adorning right now, but is lovely, and I'm sure Money Moves has seen his side of those as well. straight out of his mouth. But thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you all can tune in and enjoy the Derby. And have a good one out there. Thanks for joining us for today's Stable Pass.